Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today I'm going to be starting a taste test. I love filming an author taste test vlog, and if you've never seen a vlog like this from me, basically I will taste test a couple of books from an author that I've been intrigued by, and lately I have been loving Rachel Harrison. I read her debut, The Return, a while ago, and I kind of was lukewarm on it. I thought it was fun, enjoyable, whatever. However, people have been obsessively recommending me her books for a while now, so I picked up Cackle during Halloween, and oh my god, I loved it so much. It was such an easy 5-star, just like vibey aesthetic horror with undertones of like feminist exploration and really character driven moments, and I love that. So I'm gonna be reading more from Rachel Harrison in this vlog. I'm gonna be reading Such Sharp Teeth, which is her release from last year, Bad Dolls, which is a short story collection, and I will also be reading her newest release from just last month, Black Sheep, which has apparently a lot of family trauma rep. Very excited for that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the taste test. Hello vlog. I have been working this Sunday morning, which I know probably doesn't sound like the most fun thing, but I felt very productive, had a nice productive morning, made some lunch, and got into my first book for this taste test with Mochi, who apparently has an itch. So I started with Such Sharp Teeth because I've read Rachel Harrison's books in order up till this point, so I guess I wanted to continue reading them in publication order. This is the next one after Cackle. Such Sharp Teeth is a werewolf book, and it's giving kind of the same feel as Cackle. We are following a woman who is going back to visit her hometown to help her sister through her pregnancy, and she is not a hometown girly. Like, she is a city girl, but it's kind of like that classic Hallmark movie-esque kind of plot where she meets a guy from her past when she goes back home, and they're rekindling something, and will she abandon the big city? That is kind of the basic plot structure, but of course there are some horror elements going on. She has an accident the first night that we're following her in the book, and we're led to believe that she is turning into a werewolf as a result of that. It's kind of giving like a cozier, less taking itself seriously version of Night Bitch, and y'all know that Night Bitch was one of my favorite books this year. I gave it 5 stars. It was so great with the commentary on feminism. I feel like this is going to be similar to that. It's already reading similar to that, at least 20% in. I'm only like 5 chapters in, but I already am really liking it. It just seems like a lighter version of that kind of a story. And the like transformation into a werewolf is going to be mirrored by our main character's transformation. And Rachel Harrison's books are just so cozy and easy to read. This is set during Halloween time, so we already had like the shopping for costume kind of scene, a Halloween party scene, things like that. It's just so nice to read during fall. And I know it's November and a lot of people are already like giving Christmas. No, I'm hanging on to spooky season, so I love the Halloween coded nature of this book. book. So yeah, a little under a quarter of the way through and I'm already loving it so much. I kind of have to pause my reading because I need to do some filming before I leave the house. Cameron's actually having his bachelor party weekend this weekend, and I know it's not traditional, but I'm like invited to all the events because our friend group is pretty much the same, and it'd be kind of weird if they were all just hanging out without me. So I'm gonna go to the little distillery tour that they have planned for today, but I need to get some filming done before I do that. So gotta film and then gotta go to the whiskey tasting, and of course I will take you with me. Hello vlog. Okay, I just read a couple more chapters between filming and whoa. I feel like I have to come in here and amend this immediately. There's some triggering content covered in this book. It was reading so cozy, horror, approachable, easy, the first 20% as I mentioned, but now whoa, okay, we're in very triggering territory. So this isn't just like an allegory for feminism and being a woman and transforming into yourself and finding, no. It is much more beyond that. It's basically a metaphor for what happens to you when you are assaulted. It does not go into a detailed scene of an assault taking place, but there is allusion, heavy allusion to sexual abuse and the feelings that come along with it, and how you can feel like a monster afterwards, and the shame and the disgust and all of that. And obviously I've spoken a little bit about my work. On my channel, I do work with a lot of survivors, so I'm well versed in reading from this material. I don't know if it's just the cases that I've been seeing recently or the way that this book writes about it, but it is just feeling really visceral and really intense right now, so I might have to put this book down for a second. I'm glad I'm gonna go to the distillery so I'm not just sitting here being immersed in this content, because I definitely need a break. And I just read 2 more chapters from the last time that I spoke to you, so it came on very quick, but I do want to let people know I'm enjoying the rep. It feels very validating. It is an extremely effective metaphor and wonderful writing and commentary about it, but it is intense, so I did want to warn people about that. But yeah, here I go, off to not sit in this kind of a heavy space anymore and go drink some whiskey. Hello vlog, we had such a good time at the whiskey tour. I came back and immediately hopped on my book club live show for Patreon. If you don't know, I have a book club over on Patreon. It's always linked down below if you want to join. We had a really great time discussing The Quiet Tenant by Clemence McCallan. I ended up loving that book, and now we are on for some reading sprints, and I just got over halfway through Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, and I'm loving it. It is so emotional. It reads so easily. It's just like relatable in this way where you know exactly what's going on. I think I mentioned this earlier. I can't remember if I said this on sprints or to the blog, but like when Rachel Harrison is writing, I know who she's writing about. I know what she's talking about. I know where she is. I have this level of understanding with her writing. It's so digestible and so easy. So I love that about this. I feel Like, it's a great balance between the weird horror of it all, like the actual werewolf elements, and then the like emotional development of our main character. I'm loving it. Also, sorry if you can hear laundry in the background. We gotta do laundry at the end of the weekend for the week, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I will let you know if I have more thoughts. Hello vlog, it is much later and I'm gonna go ahead and close down sprints for the night because I am so tired. Daylight savings just takes it out of me, so I have to go to bed. But I only have about 50 pages left in Such Sharp Teeth, so I might end up waking up and finishing this tomorrow morning so I can give you my final thoughts. I'm still really liking it. The trauma rep is like heavy, but it's so intensely relatable across like multiple ways, forms, fashions that I'm like really feeling seen by multiple characters reading this book, and it is such a wonderful metaphor to use the werewolf analogy. Like, oh my god, the metaphor of it all. It's so smart. It is cleverly written. It's written with emotion and intention. I am just loving it. Like, this book's gonna really have to drop the ball to not be a 5-star read. And am I in my loving Rachel Harrison era? Like, yeah. After Cackle and now this, I'm pretty obsessed, safe to say. So, good night. I will let you know full thoughts in the morning. Hello. Good morning. Auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Hi. I would say it's so early. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's like 11 o'clock and I just got out of bed because girl, the cramps are hitting. Anyone else with that PCOS endometriosis double combo, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like day 4 of my period and I want to cry and go die in a hole. But unfortunately, I have to be a human being and live life. The good part is that we have good books to keep us company and distract from the screaming, burning pain that is my insides. So I finished Such Sharp Teeth this morning when I couldn't get out of bed, and it was a wonderful little distraction and little accompaniment. And y'all, I'm gonna give this 5 stars. It was so good. It was emotional, but not in an overbearing way, in a way that I feel like you could really go in if you wanted to. Like, you could journal about this. I could journal about this, or you could just take it as a story. You don't really have to get into the metaphor of it all. I feel like this is a choose your own adventure kind of thing. I liked the fantasy elements of it to the point where I was like, wait, am I about to be in my fantasy era? And I was actually talking about that on Sprint as well. Like, will I have a fall fantasy era? I don't know, but I liked the creature elements here. This is definitely one of my new favorite creature features. And I did like this one better than Night Bitch. I feel like this one was more approachable, less trying to be something. Like, it had less of a try hard vibe than Night Bitch, which, don't get me wrong, I loved Night Bitch. It was a 5-star for me, but I see what was trying to be done. And I feel that Such Sharp Teeth took that and niched it down and then executed it flawlessly. There were so many conversations in here about body autonomy, about agency, about becoming a mother, about just being a woman in the world and competing with mothers and siblings and all the dynamics that intersect, and friendships and toxic female friendships, and how sometimes it feels like I have to drag you down with me kind of feeling instead of all women like collectively lifting each other up. Yeah, it was really having my mind going. I really loved everything this book had to say, and it was an entertaining fiction story. So that is just really like the ultimate combination, everything that I'm looking for. I loved it. it 5 stars. And now I'm gonna pull out my little Kindle and start Bad Dolls by Rachel Harrison. I haven't heard many people talk about this, but it's a little tiny short story collection. I don't think it's on KU. I think I bought it last Halloween and I just never read it. But here's the cover, Bad Dolls. Let me read you a little bit about it. First of all, it's only 130 pages, so it's giving like, I will finish this in 2 seconds. It's 4 short horror stories that explore themes of body image, complicated female friendship, heartbreak, and hauntings. Number 1, an indecisive young woman finds a magic 8-ball that might have the answers she's been looking for or might lead to self-destruction. Number 2, a bridesmaid is attending her childhood best friend's bachelorette only to discover the itinerary may demand more than she's willing to give. Then an unusual, brutal dieting app wreaks havoc on the life of an insecure woman. And then the last story, the title story, Bad Dolls. After a death in the family, a wayward woman comes into possession of a strange doll that could offer a connection to her lost sister. Wow. All of these sound so good. Rachel Harrison is the feminist horror queen that we all needed. And the dedication, oh my god, I love the dedication. For the misfit toys. For the misfit toys. Oh my god, I love it. I should be getting myself ready to go out into the world and get things done today, but I'm trying to have empathy for myself, okay? I can't do it. I'm just gonna read for a minute and then I'll do my day. How about that? To pause my reading to update y'all. I'm about maybe a quarter of the way into the second story. I feel like Rachel Harrison is speaking directly to me. Y'all are witnessing me discover the moment of my new favorite author. Like, she knows me, she gets it, she understands. That first story about the 8-ball, I haven't felt that seen by a piece of literature maybe since I read like Milk Fed or Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead. Like, it was that with a horror twist. Oh my god. And the second story, like, I'm barely into it and I know it's 5 stars. I already know. That first story, that 8-ball story, is literally, I think that's my favorite short story that I've ever read. It used to be Pop Art by Joe Hill. Nope. Now it's Reply Hazy Try Again by Rachel Harrison. That short story changed me. I know I'm sounding so dramatic, but I was in tears at the end of that story and I literally just sat here staring at the wall. And then I started the second story and I'm like, okay, I don't know, maybe I'm emotional, I'm on my period. And this second story already has me in tears again. First of all, one of the main characters of the second story literally has my name and it's spelled exactly like I spell it. You can pause if you want to read this paragraph. I'm gonna read it for you. These 2 friends are talking back and forth to each other and one of them is planning her bachelorette party and the other girl says, "Thank you so much for organizing all of this, I really appreciate it." The other girl goes, "Anything for my Hailey." My Hailey. I wondered if she thought I was dumb. I wondered if she thought that bothered me. It didn't. I knew Hailey and I were more than friends. We were an amalgam of pinky promises, inside jokes, hundreds of phone calls, shared lip balms, and deep confessions. We survived puberty together. I could list every crush she ever had and every person she ever kissed. I was there when her parents split up and I held her as she cried. I knew the taste of her tears, the pitch of her laugh. It lived in me. Oh my god. We were sisters, so Brie could get fucked. Ah! Oh my God, I have to send this quote to my best friend right now. I have to. I'm literally crying. I feel like that TikTok sound that's like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Like, I am trying to shove this collection down your throat. Me and my best friend just had a 30-minute conversation about 2 paragraphs in the short story. Those 2 stories were literally the 2 most hard-hitting 5-star stories I've ever read. Oh my God, I feel like seen as a girl. Rachel Harrison is a girl and she's just gonna allow us to be girls. Like, I know that I'm going feral and it's because I love it here. I love it here. This is giving me everything that I've ever wanted. So yeah, safe to say it's going well. Okay, I have got to go out into the world and get some things done. I have to go to UPS, I have to go to Costco, I have to go check the mail. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I can do it. I don't have to work till tonight, so I can pace myself, I can take breaks, I will get through it. I know it probably sounds like I'm being so dramatic, but if you haven't lived with this pain, like, you truly don't know. So that is what I'm gonna do, and when I finish up the latter 2 stories, I will give you final thoughts. I got the squish. It's massive. It's literally massive. But I got the Slytherin squish because, hello, it's a Slytherin snake. They had every house, and I know this is very millennial of me, but what can I say? What can I say? I'm in my supporting a transphobe era. Like, if y'all want to cancel me, you can. I am sad and in pain, and I wanted a fucking Slytherin squishmallow because I'm a Slytherin and that's what I wanted. So I'm gonna pick back up where I left off with the short story collection and I will let you know my thoughts. All right, guys, it is much later. The daylight savings time, it really be fucking with me. I hate that it's already dark right now and I haven't even gone to work yet. Weird vibes. But I finished Bad Dolls. The last 2 stories were just as impactful as the first 2. The Goblin one is going to be really triggering to people if you struggle with ED, body image, etc, etc. Just be prepared for that kind of a content. It was intense. And the last story was heavy commentary on grief, sibling dynamics, family dynamics, all of that. It was really good. Obviously, I love stuff with like haunted dolls. I love anything with dolls. Y'all know, if you know me, you know Chucky is my favorite film franchise. So I loved it. Another 5-star. Like, I don't know. Something very much clicks with me and Rachel Harrison. I am so glad that I read this collection. I was almost just gonna read Such Sharp Teeth and Black Sheep, but I threw this one in here and thank God, because honestly, this is a favorite of the year. Buy this collection immediately. So we have one more book left for this little taste test, and that is Black Sheep, her newest release. Let me go get it. So Black Sheep is about a girl who left her hometown, I guess because her family is like really religious and she didn't vibe with that, which, you know, relatable. I love religious trauma content. So she, I guess, is going back to her hometown. She's the black sheep of the family, but she's going back for a wedding for her cousin and is dredging up all this family stuff. I am very excited to get into this, but probably will not do that until after work, so I will let you know when I get into it. Hello vlog, it is the next morning and I am about 25% of the way into Black Sheep. That's just a few chapters. One thing about Rachel Harrison is the chapters are pretty long, like really long. I haven't really noticed that in the past few books that I've read from her, but for some reason, maybe this one is just a little bit slower and it's kind of making me aware that the chapters are a little bit longer, but I am, as always, as I have been, loving her writing style. It's very relatable, it's very easy to read, and yeah, we're just kind of like getting into the story, following our main character as she is going back to see her family. We found out something about them that I don't want to give away, but their religion isn't like typical. I'll just say that, which is an interesting element to the story. I was expecting like standard religious trauma content, and it's definitely more interesting than that, which is nice. And the main like fraught relationship between our main character and someone in her family is her mother, who is kind of like this ice queen. But an interesting thing about her is she used to be this like iconic scream queen, like legendary horror movie actress, which is also an interesting part of the book. There are just like a lot of little horror elements that I'm enjoying. I'm really liking it. I'm gonna continue when I can, but right now I am off to work. I have sessions in the park, so I will let you know when I'm back and I have thoughts. Hello vlog, it is much later. I first updated you at 8 a.m. this morning and I'm not getting back to you until 11 p.m. tonight because I just had a long day. I did a lot of work. I sat in a coffee shop for like 4 hours trying to get like final wedding detail things done. I also had a ton of sessions today. Finally got home to Cam and I was like, girl dinner and relaxing time. But I dove back into my book after Cam went to bed and now I am a little over 50% of the way through Black Sheep. I think I'm on chapter 10, chapter 9, chapter 10. So yeah, I'm a good ways past the halfway point. I am not liking this one as much as I immediately loved the last two. Also, it's harder for me to get into this religious aspect because like it's so prevalent and it's not like your typical Christianity kind of thing. I don't want to spoil what it is, but it's leaning culty, I will say that. And if you've been around here for any length of time, you probably know I do not love cult books. I can't get into cult plot lines. They drag for me. They feel really repetitive for me. I just don't tend to like culty books, and unfortunately I thought this was going to be like religious trauma, but it's definitely more extreme culty-ness. But I'm still liking it. I feel like I just have to let it be campy. I have to let it be ridiculous, give into it. So I'm gonna try to get on board with that as I continue reading, and I will let you know what I think. Hello vloggity vlog. It is the next day. I'm at work, but I had a little break. So I was reading in my car and I got to like the 70-ish% mark of Black Sheep. Things have popped off. I'm liking it a lot more. I feel like I've bought in. The culty elements I'm still not loving, but I've bought into the ridiculousness, and there's an element of like, I don't want to spoil it, but we found out something about our main character and it's giving me like one of my favorite all-time childhood movies and one of my favorite Stephen King books. I feel like that's ambiguous enough to where it's not a spoiler, but if you know me well, you'll kind of know what I'm hinting at. So I'm really loving that element, but I feel like there's going to be a twist. I feel like it's not exactly what we're thinking. So I'm back in. I'm back in. There were moments when she was eating Rachel Harrison had her plate in front of her and it was Thanksgiving. She was eating down. There were a few paragraphs that I was like, I wish I had a highlighter because it was really good. And I'm definitely more bought in than before. So we're recovering. I will probably get to the ending after work and let y'all know my thoughts. Okay, I had to pop by Target after work to pick up some things for dinner. Like, this was the bag of things that I needed. You wanna see what I didn't need? Yeah, all of that. The 3 bags didn't need, this did need. Target literally gets you every time. Like, I came in for that, I got that. Like, what is their science? But anyway, I wanted to show you what I got. I'm gonna make myself a coffee with this immediately. Anytime I can find the Chobani brand coffee stuff, I snap it up so quick. It is so good. I can't even explain to you how good this Chobani brand coffee stuff is. This is my little treat. It's true fruit. I'm obsessed with her. I'm literally gonna eat the whole thing probably now. And now I'm gonna do a little try on haul. Okay, this first thing I'm really unsure about. Like, it could go Matrix really, really quick. So I might be really giving Keanu Reeves. Okay, wait, the shoulder fit. No, cause wait, cause no, I'm living. Bond, James Bond. Like, I feel like a Bond girl. Like, I feel like a Bond girl. Brown leather girl. Ooh, okay, we already have a win. I'm so happy I got this. Next, we just have this like basic ass, fluffy ass sweater, like, can literally throw on with anything, can literally be worn out around the house. I love the like floppiness of it. Yeah, this is just basic. This is gonna be worn approximately 1,000,000 times. And then last, I got this pajama set. Came with matching shorts. This top, I don't know. They didn't have my size, so I had to size up and get a large. I really wish that I could have got a medium. Like, I feel like, I don't know, this would just sit better if it was a smaller size, but whatever. Like, it's literally pajamas. I'm just gonna be like chilling around the house in them, so. I feel good about my impulse purchases, honestly. I feel really good about it. All right, I am gonna finish up Black Sheep and give you my thoughts. Hello vlog, I am here to tell you my final review of Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. I actually finished this so long ago, but I finished it right before I had to run out to my night session. So this is literally end of the day. I've had time to let my thoughts percolate, and honestly, I really liked the ending. I love the way that Rachel Harrison does her endings, especially the epilogue. A lot of times I am kind of left wondering what the point of an epilogue is, especially in a horror book, because I don't feel like horror authors give us enough closure. I feel like everyone wants to leave it at this like ominous, haunting note, and hello, a little chihuahua just poked her head in the door. You can come in. Hi. Come on. Oh my gosh, Boba just snuck her way in. I had the door cracked. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh, she's so tired. So cute. Anyway, I feel like Rachel Harrison just knows how to give us enough closure. Her epilogues are long and they feel complete, but it doesn't like completely resolve the story. Like, there's still that little horror hit at the end, and I really appreciate that. I definitely liked the beginning and the end of this book more than the middle. It was kind of confusing with like where the story was going, so that contributed to my rating. But I still ended up giving it a 4-star just because I did enjoy myself, and there were so many points where the commentary was commentarying. Like, I wanted to highlight so many pieces of this book because it was just so poignant and the commentary was so clear and it just resonated with me deeply. So I really liked a lot of parts of this book. If I had to rank all of Rachel Harrison's books now that I've read them all, I would definitely go The Return, her debut, at the bottom, and then Black Sheep above that, and then Cackle above that, and then Such Sharp Teeth, and then Bad Dolls at the top. I am so glad that I ended up doing this taste test and discovering like a new favorite author. I cannot wait to see what Rachel Harrison does next. Let me know down below if you have read anything from her or if you want to now. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!